away some rights, not all of our rights.
A lot of important rights.
But what rights did it take away that impact your daily life?
Well, let's just see. I'm young, black, and wealthy. So if I'm in a better than average vehicle, if I don't want to get out my vehicle, they can make me get out my vehicle. If they want to come into my home, they can come into my home.
That doesn't impact your daily life.
Why doesn't it?
How many times have you pulled over? How many times does the police come to your house?
Well, they don't come to my house that often, but I'm pulled over quite frequently because of the car that I drive. And
okay. But the police, do they make you get out? Usually, if you don't have a
I'm 100% legit.
Right, that's what I'm saying. So, who pulls you over? Detroit police, or where do you live?
Well, I live in Farmington, but when I'm in Detroit or Farmington, because I drive a Maserati from time to time, and I'm 30 years old.
All right, well, then come on. Then
but what are you saying?
Whose fault is that?
Wait a minute. So it's my fault that I drive a Maserati?
No, I'm just saying, whose fault is it that because you saying it, you saying what everybody's thinking. I'm 30 years old and I drive a Maserati. What does that mean? That means that you know that it is unusual for a 30-year-old to drive a Maserati. You know that. Or you wouldn't have said that. You wouldn't have said anything about
Does that make it okay for them to pull me out my vehicle even though I'm 100% legit?
It doesn't make it okay. But what I'm saying is that if you were driving a Ford Fusion, they wouldn't pull you out like that.
That's stereotypical.
It ain't stereotypical. It's the truth, or you wouldn't have said it.
Okay.
How many people drive Maseratis on the planet? Right, that's what I'm saying. It's a small group, and it's usually, old white men or old black men, or old Arabs. It's usually old people who can afford those cars, unless you're somebody's son or unless you're an entrepreneur. Usually. So, I'm just saying that, for the likelihoods that a 30-year-old who lives in Detroit cannot drive a Maserati is really high.
And that gives them the right. Even if I'm driving my Magnum like I'm driving now at Tense, I'll get pulled over and they pull me out and I'm 100% legit. I'm talking about the Patriot Act.
I will say...
But now you can't sue them
because of the Patriot Act.
Then, listen, that takes away a right. I'm not going to lie. But I will say this. Out of the 777 people who live in the city of Detroit, I would say that probably happens to maybe 10 who drive Maserati. So, listen, it does take away some rights, but on a daily basis, if you living your life, getting up, going to work or your business or whatever you run, living your life, dealing with your family and your friends, and going out to eat and going to the movies and coming back home and making your investments and watching America's Next Top Model or whatever you watch, it doesn't really impact it.
Well, let's talk.
We're spending more time on this debate than I think.
Let me say this.
Then I think that there are negative impacts of the Patriot Act on the daily lives of Detroiters.
Let me say this, and then I'll move on.
Okay.
Let's talk about future tense.
Yes.
Okay. First and foremost, we as a people don't know black people, white people, gray people, Americans.
Okay.
We don't know what the Patriot Act did.
Right.
Okay.
I guess when I said, how does it impact your daily life, I mean, I don't really think about the Patriot Act.
But future tense,
right.
If they said, we can do whatever we want, what can you do? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. The Patriot Act took away the government. The Patriot Act took away every civil right that you had.
The Patriot Act was passed with some purpose, with the purpose of making sure that, there are people who are doing wrong amongst us and who are driving, because there are drug dealers who are driving around in cars like Maseratis and Maybachs and all these other cars. They aren't paying taxes and they're putting all of our lives at risk.
Those are usually the signs. Really expensive jewelry, really expensive vehicles, really expensive houses, and there's tax evasion, there's, you know, illegality and all kinds of things going on. So, you know, there's a higher percentage of 30-year-olds who drive Maseratis who are drug dealers than there are business. Although the drug dealer, you know, may not have any proof that he has any legitimate income. No tax returns, no W-2s in the car, no W-9s in the car, no 1099s, nothing, no forms, no proof of any legitimacy at all. And then, you know, we can get his ass. And we should get his ass.
Yes, you should. And I mean, here's my thing. Like, we're having an intellectual conversation.
Right.
Like, the masses, and you lead the masses because you're the head of the masses.
Right.
The masses don't want to see what really is in front of them.
Right.
Meaning, like, there's way more shit going on than they can realize.
How
and
in the hell are you not reacting to this? In the hell are you not reacting to this?
Make sure you YouTube that. Make sure you YouTube that.
You're just talking like there's not a needle stabbing you 200 times in your arm. I understand.
How long have I been tattooing? What time is? How long have we been doing this, Vontae?
4, 5.
About 4 hours.
Well, either
This is a big tattoo.
Alright, he said.
you're just
now
talking like
that is YouTube.
like
Right
you
there.
getting a manicure. You know what I'm saying? No, I understand, brother. No, you getting stabbed. It's a needle.
Alright, it's a prop. No.
Right.
That's not a real one. So I think here's the better question for me because 30-year-old successful African Americans should be living in the city, as far as I'm concerned. So I think there's more impact on people like yourself living in Farmington than the Patriot Act. So for me, I would ask, what made you not want to live in Detroit?
Let me say this first and foremost. If I buy a house anywhere,
Right.
I'm at risk. From 8 Mile and Woodward to the
14 Mile
to the stretches of Retford. Okay. My thing is this: in the city, we have. I'm general sales manager for ADT. So no matter what system you have inside of your house, you're at risk from gunshots to I'm pulling up at home. Somebody's been watching me, even though I got cameras. I mean, so I'm at a bigger risk than I am in Detroit than I am in Farmington.
Would you say that there are neighborhoods where the likelihood of that happening are 0 to none?
In Detroit?
In Detroit.
No, I wouldn't say that. Give me one. Give me one, and I'll give you the crime reports that say it's not.
Palmer Woods.
Absolutely
University
false.
District.
Absolutely false.
Oh, come on.
I sell hundreds of units
I
in
know what you
University
sell.
District
That doesn't
and
mean,
Palmer Woods
I know.
because of the fear.
The perception of fear and the perception of fear of crime and the reality of crime are miles apart.
Oh my God! I can't
No, but
believe that.
I'm gonna tell you
I
something.
cannot believe that.
When the last time there's been a home invasion in or somebody
Breaking in while you're in the house, that happens regularly.
in Palmer
Commander
Woods.
Sturk is one of my closest
in
friends.
Palmer Woods
Okay.
and Indian Village and the University District.
Indian Village is right across the motherfucking street from Beirut. What
I
are you
know
talking
where
about?
I know where
So what is-
I'm not asking assumption. I mean facts. I
Okay.
bet you if you were to drive around the streets of Palmer Woods, all right, and ask those people who live over there, and because of foreclosures, there are some very affordable homes over there.
Yes, you're
And
absolutely
you
right.
have some long-standing neighborhoods, blocks where there have never been a home invasion. To the
Next
mansion,
door
not
to
next
the
door.
motherfucker.
I'm trying to move to the mansion.
Hey,
You know
all
what?
right. Hey,
You know what?
you
You're
got my
gonna be
vote.
in there.
Thank you.
You got my vote. Trust me.
You're gonna be in
You
there.
got my
So
vote.
next Saturday at 11.
Yep. Saturday 11. All right.
All right.
Take it
All right.
easy.
Thanks,
All right.
YouTube.
You're right.